Have you ever just stared at an app on your phone and thought, how in the world does that actually work? It can feel like some kind of complex secret language, right? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain and reveal that secret. And trust me, you'll be shocked at how simple it really is.
So let's start with a little riddle. What could possibly connect a simple cookie recipe, the route you take to work every day, and, a full-blown mission to Mars? I mean, they sound worlds apart. But the answer that ties them all together, that's the key to understanding all code.
And the secret is logical instructions. That's it. A recipe is just a series of steps, right? First, mix the flour, then add the sugar. Your commute is just a sequence of turns. And a rocket launch? It follows an incredibly precise countdown. At its very core, that is all computer code is, a clear, step-by-step set of instructions for a machine to follow.
To really get this, let's play a little game. Imagine we have a helper. You can picture a simple robot if you want. Now, this helper is super fast and never gets tired, but it's also unbelievably literal. It will do exactly what you tell it to do, nothing more, nothing less. And the first job we're going to give our new helper? Sorting the laundry.
Okay, so the most basic leave to give an instruction is with what's called a sequence. It's just a list of steps that you follow in order. 1. Pick up an item. 2. Walk over to the whites pile. 3. Drop the item. Simple, right? It's just one thing happening after another. This idea is the absolute bedrock of all programming.
All right, so our helper can follow a simple list. That's a great start. But for it to get any smarter, it needs something absolutely crucial that we humans just take for granted. It needs a memory. It needs a way to store and remember information.
In the world of coding, we call this kind of memory a variable. Honestly, the best way to think about it is just as a container, or maybe a little box. Its only job is to hold on to one piece of information that we might need to use or even change later on.
So, let's make that real. Picture a little box with a label on it. We'll give that label a name. Let's call it sock_color. Then, we can put a piece of information inside that box, like the word white. Now, later on, our program can just peek inside that box to remember what's in there. That's all a variable does. It lets our program remember stuff.
So our helper can follow a sequence, and it can remember things. But we're about to run into a big problem, because just following a simple list isn't going to cut it when things get a little more complicated. It's time to teach our helper how to make a decision.
Let's watch what happens now that our simple instructions have to face a new challenge. Our helper picks up a sock. It sees the color's red, so it remembers that. But then what? The very next step in its sequence says, walk to the whites pile, so it does. And whoops, it just dropped a red sock right into the pile of whites. Now the helper didn't mess up, it followed our instructions perfectly. The problem was with our instructions.
And this leads us to the really big question. How do we teach our helper to deal with different situations? How can we make it look at a red sock and know, hey, I need to do something different this time?
The answer is a brilliant little tool called a conditional. You've probably heard it called an if-then-else statement. This is a total game changer. It basically creates a fork in the road for our instructions. It lets us say, if this one thing is true, then do this, else, if it's not true, do this other thing instead. So here's how it fixes our laundry disaster. We give our helper a new rule. If the sock color you're holding is white, then put it in the whites pile. Else, meaning for any other color, put it in the colors pile. It's as simple as that. Now our helper can make a smart, logical decision based on the information it has.
And this isn't some bizarre computer thing. You use this exact same logic constantly without even thinking about it. If it's raining outside, then I'll grab my umbrella. If the alarm clock goes off, then I guess I'll get out of bed. It's just natural human decision-making, but written down in a way a computer can understand.
Okay, our helper is getting pretty smart. It can remember things, it can make decisions. That's a huge leap forward. But what about tasks that are really repetitive? I mean, how would we tell it to fold an entire basket of laundry?
Well, I suppose we could just write out the instruction fold shirt 50 times, but wow, that would be so tedious and just ridiculously inefficient. There's got to be a smarter way to handle repetition.
And of course there is. That smarter way is called a loop. A loop is an incredibly powerful tool that tells a program to repeat a set of instructions over and over and over again until a certain condition is finally met.
So instead of writing the same thing 50 times, we just give one elegant rule. While there are still shirts left in the pile, go ahead and pick one up and fold it.
That's it. As soon as the pile is empty, that condition isn't true anymore, and the loop just automatically stops. It's clean, it's efficient, and it is incredibly powerful.
So let's just step back for a second and see what we've actually done here. We've taken our very simple, very literal-minded helper and given it a pretty amazing set of skills, just by combining a few core, simple ideas.
These are the 4 fundamental building blocks of pretty much all programming. You've got sequence, for just following steps in order. You have variables for remembering information, conditionals for making decisions, and loops for repeating actions. That's really it. That's the big secret to how this all works. Seriously, from the most ridiculously complex video game to the simple weather app on your phone, everything is just built from a massively intricate combination of these 4 basic ideas. Remember that mission to Mars we talked about? It's just an unbelievably long list of sequences, variables, conditionals, and loops all working together in perfect harmony. So there you have it. Sequence, variables, conditionals, and loops. The best way to think of them is like the Lego blocks that have been used to build our entire digital world. And they're not just for coders. They're fundamental tools for thinking and for solving problems. So I'll leave you with this thought. Now that you know the secret ingredients, what problem would you build a solution for?